Follow the trail.
Okay, you ready, folks?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Thank you all for coming this evening. Please join me in a moment of silence for Donald D. Ammerman, a graduate of the North Syracuse Central School District. Thank you. Presentations 2A, Office Personnel Appreciation Day. Oh my goodness. That's right, I got to read this thing, don't I? Pardon me while I get ready. North Syracuse Central School District Proclamation. Throughout history, office personnel has had an impact on the district students and community. They work for the well-being, welfare, and future of our children. This awesome responsibility is accepted with commitment, dedication, and even love. Because of the complexity and diversity of their role, they must be flexible, resourceful, positive, and patient. The office personnel of the North Syracuse Central School District are professionals of the highest caliber who have dedicated themselves to the ideals of their profession. Students, parents, administrators, and community members recognize, applaud, and appreciate their efforts to ensure students receive a quality education. To honor the office personnel of the North Syracuse Central School District and their accomplishments and efforts on behalf of our community's most valuable resource, our children, I, Michael Schuster, President of the Board of Education of the North Syracuse Central School District, on behalf of the Board, express our deepest gratitude, hereby declare April 25, 2018 as Office Personnel Appreciation Day to be celebrated with appropriate educational activities. Recommended Board action: declare April 25, 2018 as Office Personnel Appreciation Day in the North Syracuse Central School District. Is there such a motion? Ms. Scanlon, Mr. Maurizio, all in favor? Motion is carried. Now, will somebody here? Brooke is here. Comments from the audience. Bob Crabtree is with us this evening to speak about OCM BOCES.
Good evening, everybody. I'll stand. I sit, I'm retired, so I sit quite a bit.
I got to make sure Connie's got the timer started first, Bob, just to make
very,
sure.
Very short.
Okay, we'll let you know how long you run.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank Aaron, Michael, Paul, and Mary for attending. Our annual meeting, like you have an annual meeting. Tonight you're going to vote on 4 people that represent their school districts and OCM BOCES, and I gave each of you, except the people that came the other night, a program. So you're going to be voting for Wayne Bronson, I'm hoping. Wayne represents the East Syracuse Manoa School District. He's vice president of the board. A new gentleman, Luke Moranis, is going to represent both Homer and Cortland. Our smaller school districts have a here. On page 6, a little bit about Miriam. She represents Fabius Pompey, but she also represents Lafayette and Tully. And finally, our president, fantastic lady, Ann Wright, who represents JD, but also I'm hoping unanimously that you will vote for these people. They're wonderful people. I get to work with them. The other thing you're going to vote on is what is called the administrative budget. It's all explained in here. That's the part of the budget that you vote on. You don't vote on the entire thing, but you vote on the administrative budget. And last, here we go, Michael. Last, I want to thank you for letting me represent you. I send through Connie, I'll send you bullets each month. If you have any questions, you can call me up. Also, I sent the beautiful video that was presented at the annual meeting. You are a great board, great administration that supports, have the most students in all of our programs, whether it's CT, special needs kids, you have the most, and we appreciate it. I need to thank you for what I went through personally with life and who was there to support me. Board member, superintendent, administration, it was most appreciated. Thank you, and good luck on voting tonight. I'll be watching.
And Bob, we thank you for your service on behalf of us, the BOCES. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
We almost missed the amount of talking that you used to do in our board meetings too. Almost.
4A, Board Committee Reports, Comments, Policy.
Policy Committee met last week on April 10th, and we reviewed 5 policies that are on tonight's agenda.
Thank you, Mary. Paul, anything legislative? No? Anything from anybody else? Comments, Mike? Yeah.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of what Bob said about our annual meeting on the 4th. One of my favorite events of the year, doing something with OCM BOCES. The students that we send there and other schools send there put on a very nice dinner for everybody that attends. Half of the students this year that made dinner for everybody were CNS students. So I just think that says a lot, that we have a lot of interest in culinary arts. And based on, the kind of food that we had, I think they'll be going pretty far. So thank you to my fellow board members that went, and we look forward to it next.
Thank you, Mike. Anybody else? Superintendent's comments, Annette?
Just a couple of things. I don't think we've met since the Festival of the Arts, which was a week ago Saturday. Just incredible performances by the music groups, just incredible artwork, and it was well attended, and it's always a great event. It's always a great event, but it's always a sign of spring. It's the first time I had to wear a winter coat there, and I kind of didn't know what to do with it when I got there. But we hope that, yes, it was a sign of spring, and spring will finally join us soon. Mr. Keegan has been very busy making the rounds with the budget presentations, and I've done a number with him, and I know that Mr. Bowles and Ms. Wilczynski will be filling in with some as well. So that's going well. And I just want to wish everybody in the audience a good spring break next week. So enjoy.
Thank you. Routine action items. A, consideration of approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Education of April 2, 2018. B, consideration of the classification and school placement of disabled students certified by the District Committee on Special Education. C, consideration of classification and placement of preschool disabled students certified by the District Committee on Preschool Special Education. D, acknowledgement of business office reports for February 2018. And E, consideration of contract award for pole replacement at the North Syracuse Junior High and replacement of the cylinder assembly at transportation. I will entertain a motion to approve 5A, B, C, D, and E as a group. Mr. Harrington, Mr. Leone, all in favor? Carried. Discussion action items. 6A is the Universal Pre-K updated contract with providers, and we have backup information for that. Recommendation to create a substitute automotive mechanic position, again, also with backup. Recommendation to create a substitute automotive mechanic rate of pay. B, an acknowledgement of a gift. The North Syracuse Education Foundation has donated $442.85 to the North Syracuse Central School District for the CNS High School 2018 grant winner, Learning Nook. E, surplus of non-marketable surplus. A list there, and the State Environmental Quality Review Act resolution for the 2018-19 Security Capital Outlay Project. So I would enter, that doesn't need roll call, does it, Connie? No. So I'll take a motion to approve 6A, B, C, D, E, and F as a group. Mr. Leon and Mr. Fufalia, all in favor? Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Oh,
on
please
one
do.
item?
I'm sorry. Yes.
I'm fine moving
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just on the preschool, they have class, I don't know who I'm looking at. I don't know.
That'd be Dan for this one.
Hi,
Yeah.
Dan. The class sizes mentioned on the chart. Notice one had 20, one had 17.
Those are hard and fast. They have to give us a class size, and they need to follow those. And Don and I do frequent visits to each site 3 to 4 times a year. And we walk through and look at not only class, but curriculum and improvements, and also, more recently, security.
Thank you, I just wondered about that.
Thank you, Paul. Any other questions?
But they show student and teacher to me. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
We do have a motion and second. All in favor? It is carried. G, election of Onondaga, Cortland, Madison, BOCES board members. As Bob mentioned, the resolution is to vote to fill the 4 vacancies. Again, Wayne Bronson, Luke Marinas. Going to read which one is who's filling. Okay. Okay, Mary Ann Wassman. Am I saying that correctly, Bob? Thank you. And, of course, Ann Wright for current president. Okay. So I'll ask for a motion to vote in favor of all 4 of those candidates. Mr. Fufalia, Mr. Maurizio, all in favor. H is the approval of the 2018-19 Onondaga, Cortland, Madison, BOCES administrative budget, which is in the amount of $7,916,958 as presented at its annual meeting. I will ask for a motion to approve the BOCES administrative budget. Mr. Harrington and Mr. Fufalia, all in favor. Now, we've got the policies. 4510.1, use of non-print media resources for instructional purposes. Policy 6255, grant writing. Policy 8800, conservation of energy. And policies 4511.1, textbooks. And 5433, constitutionally protected prayer in public elementary and secondary schools. I'll ask for a motion to approve those 4 policies. Ms. Scanlon, Mr. Leon, all in favor. Retirements. John Miller, bus attendant, retires with 8.5 years of service. And Maureen Myers, school nurse at Gillette Road Middle School, retires with 20.5 years of service. We wish them both a long, happy, and healthy retirement and thank them for their service. 7A, instructional personnel. 7B, support staff personnel. Any questions? Need for discussion. Motion to approve 7A and 7B?
I do.
I'm sorry, question.
I just
Yes.
have one question about the health care associated with some of these. If somebody's been on leave for like multiple years, you know, child rearing, or questions asked leave, do we provide health care during those time frames or no?
If it's an unpaid leave and they're past the point of time that they qualify for FMLA leave, then no.
So we just are holding positions at that point?
Correct.
Because I believe there's somebody in this. It's that.
I don't know, and I think if we have specific questions about people on the list that might warrant an executive session, I don't know.
I just wondered.
okay with it?
You answered the question. That's,
Okay.
It's not related to the person. It's related
To the process.
to the process. I wasn't sure if. Thankfully, you gave me the answer that I was
Okay.
hoping.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. All in favor? Motion for executive session. There it is. Motion to move into executive session for the purpose of hearing a parental appeal of a superintendent's decision, to receive an update on negotiations with the Transportation, North Syracuse Education Association, and North Syracuse Teaching Assistant Bargaining Units, and 2, receive an update on 3 legal matters relative to potential litigation, and to review the employment history of 4 individuals with action to follow on the parental appeal. So do we have a motion for executive session? Mr. Maurizio, Ms. Scanlon, all in favor? Okay. Executive session.